Remember back in 2012 when everyone thought that the world was going to end because all of a sudden a man-made calendar was somehow linked to the ending of everything? Yeah, back in that era, everyone was obsessed with weird dates because apparently we had 11-11-11, and we're going to take a look at the brouhaha that followed. And man, they really missed out on making a new entry to this series this year. They should have had a 2-2-22 movie. Come on, Hollywood. You're slipping. So we start off in 2011 with 11-11-11, directed by Saw 2, 3, 4, and Spiral director Darren Lynn Bousman. This starts on November 7th, 2011, and damn, this is gonna be an easy timeline, right? Every time I say that, I screw myself. Joseph here wakes up at 11-11, and he's a writer, and according to their tombstones, his wife and kid died on November 1st, 2010, 1 year earlier. He's lost his faith, and now it's the 8th, and after a support group meeting, he gets into a pretty crazy car wreck. He also finds out that his dad's dying, so yeah, all in all, a pretty crappy day, the 8th was. And on the 9th, he heads to Spain to see his dad and his estranged brother, who's a pastor, and he keeps seeing the numbers 11-11 everywhere, as well as his burnt son. More spooky stuff starts to happen, and then it's the 10th, and I would like to make a request that all movies have this big old date stamp right across the screen. Do you have any idea how much easier my job would be? But then I guess if movies did that, you guys wouldn't really need me to figure all this stuff out. But then I also guess that I would spend a lot less time like squinting at license plates. It's revealed that Joseph's wife and son were killed by a fanatic that obsessed over his books, and also that their mother died on November 11th, 19 something. And oh no, a scary face? His research leads him down the path of discovering that 11-11 is some sort of doorway between worlds, and the pastor brother keeps telling him that there must be a logical explanation for what's going on, which is a bit of irony right there. There's some sort of cult called the Eleveners or Midwayers, and this hooded dude keeps showing up, and then it's finally 11-11. One of the members of his support group just kind of shows up, and then Joseph gets shot. Things escalate, and the demonic creatures all show up with the intentions of sacrificing Samuel at 11-11, but Joe intervenes and is stabbed instead, and then it's revealed, I guess revealed, because this part was a bit obvious, that Samuel is evil and has been behind everything, and that Sadie is a part of it. It turns out, and this part was not as obvious, that those creatures were actually angels and were trying to help Joseph the whole time. So 1 year later, there was a sequel. Wait, what? There's no sequel to this? This movie never had a follow-up? Then what am I looking at right here? I see 12-12-12 and 13-13-13. There's no way that those aren't sequels to this. No. Really? All right, okay, so it turns out that the movie I talked about is 11-11-11, but there's another movie called 11/11/11, which comes out around a week earlier on November 1st, 2011, which is just silly in terms of timing, guys. It was released by the Asylum and is one of those mockbusters that you're always hearing about, and the sequels are to this movie instead. But guess what? Yep, we're still gonna cover it. I mean, what are my options here? Either just scrap the episode, or instead focus on this much crappier version instead. This one starts with a mass shooting at a New Year's party, and then a family is moving into a new house together, and the address is 1415, which they say adds up to 11. But hold on a minute. Sorry, kid, that looks like a 534 to me. That's 12. You're wrong. The house has these claw marks that they say is a raccoon problem, but I don't ever want to meet this raccoon. Little Nathan is turning 11 soon, but it's pointed out that he's going to turn 11 on 11/11/11, so we're definitely set in 2011, like they're not just cheating the movie title. And then this might be the most questionable thing I've ever seen. The kid is reading what appears to be some sort of educational book. Like, this page is about a rocket and how fast it travels. And the 11 is real big and it's teaching kids numbers. But then the next page is, I guess, teaching counting to 11 by showing how many passengers died on the planes in 9/11. What kind of book is this? What lesson is this teaching? Oh no, these numbers add up to 11. But what about flight 77? That adds up to 14. And flight 11 adds up to 2. And there's 2 towers. Maybe 2 is the actual cursed number. There's a news clipping confirming that we're in 2011, and the crazy neighbor tries to tell the dad to kill the kid before his birthday, and another crazy neighbor tries to tell him how dangerous the number 11 is, so he's killed. Dad hires a new nanny and the kid starts a fire and she's not around, and then she keeps reading him the 11 book even though he keeps throwing it away, and he doesn't fire her. Like, you're in LA, my guy. There are more babysitters around. The book then just says the devil will return as an 11-year-old on 11/11/11, which is a really weird way to say that. Didn't he technically return when the kid was born, so 11/11/2000? Or is the kid still human and will be taken over? When it finally becomes the 11th, the police get involved, but then attacked by cartoon hornets. And hey, did you know that crashing into a telephone pole can make your whole car explode?
What the hell was that?
Sounded like that police car crash.
How attuned is this woman to the distinct sound of a crashing police car? Turns out the whole neighborhood is Satanists, and Nat electrocutes his mom, and just as it turns 11/11, the kid is taken over, so Jack stabs him, and he's arrested. Appears as if the evil lives on in mom's belly, though. Okay, now, 1 year later, there was a sequel to that film, not the other one with 2012's 12/12/12, no dashes. This one was released on December 4th, 2012, so like they can't even get that right. This one starts with a sacrifice, and the opening switches from 12/11/12 to 12/12, indicating that it's our date. So there's no deception. This one is set in 2012. Veronica here is having a baby, and I'm questioning the actress's choice to basically make retching sounds as she's giving birth. Before you can say it's alive, the baby attacks the doctors and kills them. And I love that when it's attacking the nurse, you can literally see the seams on the legs. It's then suddenly 12/18, so 6 days have now passed, and Veronica and Carlos are bringing their baby home. They see an intruder, and then I have no idea how to explain this. I'm kind of horrified that this is the thing I have to comment on, but the baby gives the mother oral sex. I am not making that up, and that is a scene that happens in this movie. Based on this alone, I am glad that I chose to not scrap this episode and carry forth with it. Immediately after, Carlos drinks boiling hot water, which is probably the right thing to do in this scenario. Social services takes the baby, and hold up, can I just go back a minute? Let me just rewind. The baby was the one down there playing the harmonica. The baby. How do I even go on from here? No matter what happens in this movie now, it's all gonna be downhill. How is a baby playing Find the Man in a Boat not the final shot of your film? I'm still so stunned by this whole thing that they gave the baby back to her, and I wasn't even paying attention to why. And I'm not going back to try to find out, lest I accidentally go back too far and rewatch the baby mouth love moment again. Death continues all around her, and Veronica just never puts 2 and 2 together. It never even seems to cross her mind that there's one common theme here, and it's her damn weird-looking baby.
Pervert. Veronica! God damn it. Your baby is a pervert.
This is now My favorite movie. Even better, this woman finds the baby out on a trail.
What are you doing here?
It's like a week old! Are you expecting it to fill you in on its backstory? How does no one talk about this movie? It's amazing to me. I also want to point out that the baby was born on December 12th and went home on the 18th, and the rest of the movie takes place over a week or so, and no one has Christmas stuff up, and no one mentions the holidays, there's no lights anywhere, nothing. And also, hey kids, take notice, if you put a single fork in a microwave, beware, your entire house will freaking explode like a bomb. We finally get a look at the little guy, and look at this. This is magic. It's like a cheaper ghoulie, if that's possible. Veronica manages to escape, but the baby attacks her and kills her. But then, again, I do not understand what is happening here. This priest literally just appears, like runs into frame, and just instead of, I don't know, kicking the baby and helping the girl, he just stands there and prays at it. Surprise, surprise, random appearing priest, it doesn't work, and he's killed too. But I guess Veronica is okay. I mean, her neck is perfectly intact, there's just blood smeared on it. So yeah, this has no connection to the first one, but it is genuinely the goofiest, most entertaining thing I have seen in a long time. Asylum kept cranking it out, and 1 year later, the trilogy completed with 13-13-13. Yes, it's really called that. There's a bunch of guys camping here, and one has a watch that says it's Thursday the 13th, and in 2013, the only month that the 13th was on a Thursday was June. So possibly that's when we're set, and unless they're saying the 13th month of 2013 is January of 2014, even though that's not how Thursday fell then. It's apparently, once again, completely unconnected to the others, and all new characters and situations, and Jack here has a daughter that has a really convincing spider friend, and weirdly, he has a calendar up on the wall on the fridge that says it's 2013, but the days are weird since they only line up with July of that year, and the 13th looks to fall on a Saturday and not a Thursday after all. I guess it's June, and this is up for planning out next month. I don't know. There's something happening where everyone is getting angrier and angrier and yelling all the time, which escalates to people just killing each other for no reason. But Jack isn't affected, and neither is Candace here. And they realize that people born on leap year aren't affected. But wait, she's the same lady, the mom from 11-11-11, but I guess she's a new character because she was electrocuted in that one. And wait, she has a flashback to her son, and it's actually footage from that movie. But I guess that is just being repurposed, because in this one, she killed him after he tried to kill her. So yeah, new characters. News footage gives the date as 13-13-13, so at least we know it's 13. But I guess it's the 13th in the 13th month, whatever that is. And wait, is that Buzz? Dude, is that you in 13-13-13?
No, it's not.
It's explained that because of all the leap years adding up, there's a whole new month that eventually built up, and that makes a new year that they're now in. Yes, that is the premise. That is what it is. It's all those leap year the months, they all add after 28 or 31 or whatever, however many leap years that there are. Yeah, there's suddenly a magical the 13th month. That's the plot of this actual movie. Then they have to try to escape the hospital so Jack can get back to his daughter and eventually get back home, fighting all the way, and Kendra just gets shot. Ultimately, Jack dies from his injury, and the movie just kind of ends. I guess it's the end of the world, or whatever. Or maybe it'll all stop the next day. Who knows? Because that was the end. No one went with 14-14-14, I guess. So there you have it. It is 4 movies that are not connected, one of which is absolutely not connected in any way, shape, or form, and 3 of them that are kind of supposed to be connected but are not anyway. I don't know. These were pretty bizarre, but extremely entertaining. These were all pretty funny. I don't know. I liked them. If you did, if you've seen these, let me know in the comments down below. Put down what you thought of these ridiculous movies. And of course, if you like the video, hit that like button there. And if you enjoy what you see on the channel, go ahead and hit subscribe. I'd be fine with that. And also, if you want to, go to my Patreon page at patreon.com/movietimelines. You can help support this channel like these guys do, because they are awesome and they are my patrons. And I thank them and I thank you guys for watching this video, and I'll see you very shortly for another great one. Thanks a lot, guys. Bye-bye.